Hi, my name is Chihiro ITO. I'm co-director of No World Project Space. This event is our this term's last event. Mica Scalin's poetry reading, also Chihiro ITO, my poetry reading. Also talk about on works that exhibiting now. Poetry reading will be first. Mica Scalin will talk a couple of poetries, and after this, Chihiro ITO will read on poetry, a couple of poetries. I hope you enjoy that. Please bring wine or water or cola, something. Enjoy. Cheers.
Magic. Hi, everyone who's watching, anyone who's watching. As I was introduced, my name is Mica Scalin. I am Micawave on Instagram, M-I-C-A-W-A-V-E. I want to thank Chihiro ITO, my partner, for encouraging me to read my poems. I have been writing poems for a while, a couple years now, and I started taking some classes the past couple years, and I wrote a number of poems, but I never really thought about reading them outside of those classes. And Chihiro has encouraged me to read them and created opportunities like this to do that. So it's still new to me to speak these out loud, but it's cool because poetry is a spoken art and it's a cool opportunity to try that. Here we go. I have a few. My first one is my longest one. Let's see how it goes. This is called Birds of Brooklyn. Birds of Brooklyn, common and curious, sidestep to greet each other in a precarious entanglement, to perform their soul's pure verse without expectation of accolades or adoration. Yet return every year to Prospect Park to their fans' delight. On winter mornings, when it's almost too quiet, in the moments before the coffee hits my system, the crow's call cuts through the white noise, echoes in the narrow spaces between the two-story brick buildings. Birds of Brooklyn don't need your approval to stay, don't need a guarantor to sign a lease, to put down roots and take up residence, but pick up sticks with higher stakes and build their temporary accommodations into ours. In April, when the seasons in the city struggle to transition, I go out in short sleeves with my camera. I need to remember what I've seen and know spring is coming, even when the temperature drops 20 degrees and a cold rain forces me to run shivering back inside to hide under the covers for another day. Starlings remember every tune they've ever heard and replay them with virtuosity. They too are looking hungry for signs of growth, picking at any small green flare that pokes through, but have learned not to be fooled by one warm afternoon. In summer, they fly in from all over and convene on the mulberry to sip its overripe fruits and improvise interspecies free jazz. Morning of the flicker, gackle, and sparrow. Their chatter, a pattern too complex for me to follow, breasts expanding and contracting from rooftops to the tube tops of sunbathers in the patches of grass below, who only ever wanted to be light as a feather, to dance at Lincoln Center. Birds of Brooklyn don't raise their Chardonnay to the J train as it passes by. Thank the North Star in the night sky for guiding us this far. Birds of Brooklyn have nothing but time until time is up, when the winds call them home and they lift off without hesitation. Let's see. What do we do next? This one is kind of funny. It's called Lost Boys. Let's see what you can tell what it's about. Nobody will know. I stole you as a baby. Your parents were unaware. I snatched you and I left a carbon copy as a replacement. I trapped you in silver timelessness, floating in that seamless white void, where you remain, every bit that ugly baby at first exposure to light, emerging from the wetness. Tap, tap went my tongs. I hung you out to dry, and your eyes never stopped following me. Somewhere, your duplicate has grown up, now on pause, a college semester disrupted, med school on hold indefinitely, removed from friends, reinstalled in a childhood bedroom. You never experienced a busy signal before. Waiting for what? Unknown. You remind me of when I first found you, safe in the cool, damp darkness, hidden below. All right. This is part of an ongoing series. It's called Poetry Class. Lesson 1, sad poems. Have you ever noticed how there are no happy poems? Yes, most poets write about loss, longing, and death. That's what she said. Lesson 2, rhyming. Most people are poets, only they don't know it. There will be more lessons to come. That's as far as I got. Should I do one more? One more? All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Which one should I do? You know what? Let's end on a fun note. Speaking of happy poems, this is called Ode to a Frankfurter. Humble sausage of the people, all hail your unpretentious ubiquity. Guest at every barbecue and block party from sea to shining sea. Grilled till bloated, boiled till soft, sliced and fried with cheese inside. Cozy in a soft bun with a ketchup blanket and a mustard duvet. Smothered in kraut and suffocated by chili. Oh hot dog, oh wiener, oh tube steak, oh banger. You make us snicker, you make us smile. Jester of the food court, icon penile. Ingested on bleachers and stoops, devoured between meetings on the corner of Broadway and 49th. Rolling peacefully under a heat lamp at the gas station off exit 15, patiently awaiting the midnight arrival of a famished traveler. That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you. Now, I will introduce my colleague at this juncture, Chihiro Ito, to share some poems.
Hi there. How are you? Oh, somebody tried to comment. Thank you. I cannot see well because too far from camera. I read poetries. I hope you like it. In the diner of Manhattan, Doc comes to see me, and he whiffs my table and my hands. Nobody else drinking in here without me. I can see rain from outside through windows. Yeah, this is short one. Next is I made this last summer. Last summer means last year summer. Called Cicada of Brooklyn. Cicada of Brooklyn. I am walking along in the street in Brooklyn. Some people speak on the stoops. Some family get the water by broken fire hydrant on the street. I say hello to neighbor under the big tree. After steps upstairs of my apartment, I sit the kitchen chair. Watch the cloud sky in the window. I can see protruding green of trees from backside of traditional Brooklyn apartment. Suddenly, Cicada's voices. Next one is teenage girl. I was not a teenage girl, but I made this poetry. Teenage girl. I'm waiting through her.
That's the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I see Karen. Thanks, Karen. Okay.
Teenage girl. I make up look like an adult woman in front of mirror. I walk looks like an adult woman in the Second Avenue. Teenage girl wants to be teenage boy. Teenage boy likes teenage girl. Wanna love, but not there is no lover. I wear clothes for looks like an adult man. I walk looks like an adult man in the Canal Street. Teenage boy wants to be teenage girl. Teenage girl likes teenage boy. In the evening, 1 year on. Okay. Next is the last poetry today. After this, we will talk about, me and Mica Scalin will talk about homework in here. Yeah. So, last one is about Brooklyn. Me and Mica Scalin staying in Brooklyn. Brooklyn motifs a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Topography of Brooklyn. Red and green, black and yellow, arabesque sculpture. Brick, brick, brick. Boundaries between our places to Bird's world. History of a few hundred years. Graffiti artists difficult to reach them. there. If you saw painting, it is proof of brave. Smoke, smoke, smoke. People are smoking in the stoops. Good place to drink black coffee. Topography of Brooklyn. I like this view more than mountain. Topography of Brooklyn. This is my topography in Brooklyn. Thank you. So.
Okay. Are you going to interview me? No? Just talk.
Can you speak? Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was an interview. So this is our little open studio exhibition that we made. Thank you for the snaps.
Thank you all for that.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone who we have to say people's names, give them shout outs. Thanks everybody for joining. Fun. If you write poetry and you're secret about it, you're hiding, you need to let Chihiro and I know, because we're all about presenting new, undiscovered poets. So if you're hiding that you write poetry, please tell us. Maybe we can put you on here one day and you can share as well. So what's behind me is something I put together for this, especially for this day. It is, I'm not sure if you can tell, it's a collage that I made of many, it's actually a collage of many small collages. Each one of these squares was made separately. And the base material of this, that inspired this, are these cards from probably the 80s, my childhood, that are pictures of endangered species animals that you used to get sent in the mail. Some people might remember this. It was something that kind of before the internet, how you could learn as a kid about cool stuff. So they would send you these little cards, maybe a dozen in the mail each month, and you learn about different endangered animals, and the back has writing. And my mother, who is also a collage artist, and people give her many cool collage materials, she had these in her studio, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen these since childhood. How fun. Can I have some of these? She was like, please take them. So I took a stack back and I just looked at them for a long time. I had them on my desk, just kind of, I thought they were fascinating for many reasons. The quality of nature photography at the time, this was the best quality probably, I guess you could get. So different from now, a lot of the animals just kind of look like brown lumps, but this was like, you know, good animal photography, nature photography, but compared to now, very different. Also this idea that like, you couldn't Google this information then, so it was like very special to get this information delivered to you in this way. And I like that they're sort of like kind of baseball cards for animals. Like these animals are the stars. So I started thinking about like illuminating them in some way, or like could I turn these into like kind of cool like celebrations of these animals. So I started like making these little drawings on them, playing around. And then I also started thinking about, as I would look at these animals and read the back's information, you know, they're endangered, so I also started thinking about like kind of these animals, some of them may not exist, they kind of have a target on their back, their time is limited, but maybe they're also trying to communicate to us. So I had a lot of fun coloring them, and then collaging, sometimes collaging paper, and then this is actually this is a lino cut print on top of them. And I liked working in this way that was modular. I always like working in a modular way where there's many pieces. I can create small pieces and then arrange them in different ways. That has always intrigued me. Even when I was in art school, I liked working that way. My background is photography, so the fact that I'm fascinated by the actual like medium and the photography of this is that's very much my kind of thinking, is working with existing photography, and it's just part of what I think about when I'm working. I love working with vernacular and commercial photography, found photography. So it's just really fun. And then the aesthetic was a departure for me, this sort of colorful, the gold and the like kind of chaotic energy. It was just something I wanted to try. So it's still a work in progress. My thinking, seeing these on the wall like this is a great exercise for an artist. You gotta put your work up and think about it a little differently. And this is sort of a chance for me to think about, is this a project I want to continue? Because my initial vision was like a whole wall of this, kind of becoming almost a wallpaper aesthetic, something less of a painting or collage and more of this design element. So we'll see. It's fun to see these on the wall. And I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you can let me know.
Hearts come.
Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for showing the work, Chihiro.
May I ask you?
Yes, we have a question from the gentleman with the hat.
Our age boys really try to collect soccer card.
Oh, yeah.
Why you didn't use sports card, something like that?
Yeah, when I was that was very popular with children in my time and location as well. I wasn't very interested in sports. I didn't know a lot about sports. We didn't have a lot of sports in my community that were like major league sports, and so it wasn't a big interest of mine. Animals were a big interest. So I like that. I like that idea. I was sort of taking the idea of like a sort of sports card, the way a card would honor someone and create like excitement around them. But I like animals are more interesting to me. I don't know anything about sports.
Okay.
So thank you for asking that question.
Okay.
So awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. Let me turn it over to Chihiro. He'll tell you a little bit about what's on the walls here. Can I do this camera? Maybe better camera.
So I move this.
You can see the whole thing that's going on here. This is pretty cool. You can see a little installation. There you go.
Oh, this is my works. This is it's called Isolate in Vegetable in Isolation. I make this series after pandemic. I made 100 more this kind of gold painting. Gold have meaning is the meaning of positive energy or hope, because shining. I like shining things. Also, I inspired by Japanese craft work, makie. Makie is kind of lunchbox, very traditional craft. If you Google it, you will see that that's a box, but use urushi and also gold paper. That's inspired. And the motifs is this motifs is cauliflower. I really strong inspired by fresh vegetables. These vegetables that I found in New York City. When I found this kind of vegetable in Delhi, typical Delhi in New York City, Brooklyn, these are not very, little bit weak, because maybe bringing time is many times. During bringing process, vegetables sometimes weak. Yeah, but still give me good energy, positively. Yeah, because I want to put that positive energy to painting. I like about that. Draw. Okay, this is my new series, new flags for me. This is the American title. International title is New Flag for New Painting, and New Flag for New People. Why I changed title? Because own country have own history. Sometimes world is very sensitive. I thought change title for each country. Motif is vegetables. You know, I paint vegetable already, maybe 10 years more. And vegetable having strong positive energy, they give us. Also, I use milk crate. Do you know milk crate? No, you don't. Okay. Milk crate is usually when milk crate was born, milk shop person use bring milk because milk crate. But now, after 2000, maybe end of 2020, many people share milk crate challenge through Instagram or TikTok. This build milk crate and climbing up, and almost people falling down. Many people, farmer and policemen and fire department and young women and old guy, everybody did that. I tried that motif for flag to express my viewpoint. Yeah, because I use this.
Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Couple questions. So one, milk crate challenge. Have you done the milk crate challenge where you stack milk crates and climb up them?
Unfortunately not, because too scary. Some people hit the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw milk crate challenge Instagram. Every people get hurt, but people like that. I don't know why.
Does anybody put a flag at the top? Only.
No, I never see that, but I thinking about what is good for this end of flag.
And why does this flag have a peanut on it?
Peanuts is in Japan, Chiba Prefecture grow a lot, and also in Japan, many peanuts imported from China. But here is symbol of American vegetables. Also, many people watch concert. When people watch concert and baseball in the stadium, people eat peanuts, and many peanuts, the rest of the skin and the seed. I'm very surprised that. And also peanuts have many meaning. Washington Carver, who teach lecture many way to use peanuts 100 years ago. He was African American man, also farmer, but after he teach lecture 100 more his recipe, he became a rich, very success story. This is a symbol of revolution or symbol of positive energy, because I draw that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a comment. Peanuts travel well, just like you.
Maybe.
You get them on airplanes. Peanuts, often you eat peanuts on an airplane.
Yeah, peanuts.
It's important.
Maybe only accepted seed to.
Oh, right, that can travel. Yeah,
country.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Usually seed is.
Right, you can't
cannot
bring
bring.
seeds, right?
Yeah.
But peanuts can travel.
Yeah.
Very good point.
That's very.
Great. Is that all you want to share today? Finish?
Yes.
Okay, great. This is what we have. A good 30 minutes. I think that's plenty.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank
Can
you,
I
everyone watching.
do a little?
We will continue to this project space. I hope see you soon.
Thank you.
Right. Take care. Bye.